It is no secret that Germany has been left in the dust when it comes to the topics of IT and AI, and it is certainly not a driver of innovation in these fields. But that could change soon, because there has been a deal between Nvidia and Telekom that aims to bring this innovation to Germany. And what this means is what we will tell you in this video. Hello and welcome to another video here at Bloomberg Capital. My name is Henrik, and today we will be talking about the deal between Nvidia and Telekom. But what's happening here? Actually, this deal aims to create a new billion-dollar project, which is industrial AI cloud. Here, about 10,000 Nvidia GPUs and the infrastructure of Telekom come together to create a new giant data center that aims to power the German industry. Here, companies like SAP and Siemens want to come in, take this technology and make it usable for the German industry and bring it to, for example, German pharmaceutical companies or car manufacturers like Mercedes-Benz and BMW. How big the scope of this project will actually turn out to be in the coming years and how big the benefit for the German industry and the German economy will actually be is hard to tell at the moment, but there should be at least some benefit, and certainly a lot of benefit for one company which is at the center of it all, which is Telekom. And to figure out what the effects of this new deal will be on the stock of Telekom, we'll take a look at the graph right now. And here we can see it, and we can see that actually, if we look in the past of Telekom, then we can see that from 2000 on, after the .com crash, we had quite a violent sell-off. And after that, price actually didn't really recover all that much and sort of again in the 2008 crisis. But now, after all of this has been over now, and especially since the low here in 2012, we've actually seen a new trend form where price is actually slowly managing to recover and is on the rise again and has been for a couple of years now. And if we add in a price channel here, then we can see the price has actually left the first phase of this price channel here and moved up into the extended price channel up here. And now prices actually come down again and reach the top of the first original price channel, which should give us quite a bit of support for our price here, which should be a good indication that we have a high likelihood of a low forming here at this point. And in a similar vein, if we take the lower time frame price channel and plug it in here, we can see a very similar thing, in that we find ourselves at the bottom of the price channel, which again should give us some support here and a very high likelihood of a low forming. Now we couple that with the news of the deal with Nvidia, then we have quite a lot of indication that we should see a low here for Telekom. But if we do take a look at the shorter time frame, so just the past couple of months, then we can actually see a downtrend here. So to actually see rising prices, we first have to be sure that this downtrend here is over. So we'll just do exactly the same thing, draw a price channel here, and then we can see that actually right now, we also in this downtrend, we are at the lower end of this downwards price channel, which again gives an indication that the low should be forming. So it seems pretty certain that the low should be coming in right here, which should lead us to rising prices in the next couple of days and weeks. That should bring us back at least to the top of this price channel again. And this here will then be the deciding moment for Telekom, where either we'll get a breakout to the upside, confirming this new trend and rising prices to come higher and higher, or on the other hand, we could see some resistance coming in here, bringing price actually down again, which will then lead to another low being formed down here. But even if we get another low here, then this will be another very likely low point for Telekom, from which it's also very likely that we'll get a breakout and rising prices coming. So either way, rising prices for Telekom seem pretty likely at the moment, either coming right now or alternatively at the start of next year. But that begs the question, where will this price actually go? And if we zoom out a bit, then we can answer that pretty simply and say that it seems likely the price should go to the upper end of this price channel up here, which means we'll most likely end up somewhere in the high 50 euro range. So something between like 55 and 60 euros, which from down here should be an increase of over 100%, likely aiming somewhere around 110%. And if we look at the time frame side of things, then we'll most likely see this rise here continuing on for the next 1 or 2 years. So we'll most likely get this 110% increase in like a year or 2. So I would say a pretty good investment. But also, if you want to take this investment, you also have to look at the points where potentially this investment might fail. So other points where you might want to exit again. So some of these points might be that if we do get another low here, then we have to be somewhat careful, because if, for example, up here, price also does not manage to break out and end this downward slope here, that would be a pretty bad sign, which should lead to a longer downwards phase or a more pronounced sideways phase here. So if price does come down here again, that would be a pretty bad sign. Also, similarly, if price does come down here and it does not manage to make a low here, but instead continues to push lower, so this is another important point here, then it's also a pretty bad sign. But as long as we get a breakout here, we should be fine. If not, then you have these 2 points here at which you have to pay a bit closer attention. But in general, if you want to get some help managing your investments, you can check out the description down below. There you find a link to our Discord. We offer analysis on over 180 assets, ranging from stocks to cryptocurrencies and precious metals. So if you're interested in that, check it out down below. And in general, I hope this video was helpful. And until next time, here at Bloomberg Capital.